Gemini. And shuffle on camera for a little bit. Wow, powerful. The Lovers, the Sun, Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Wow, and the Three of Chalices. You're celebrating love, Gemini. This is a really good month for you when it comes to love. You've got the Lovers card, so a powerful connection, or if it's a reconciliation, things could happen very, very beautifully between the both of you. A lot of communication happening, but it's very enriching communication. It's happy communication. You've got celebration card with the Three of Chalices. It's communication about love. The King of Pentacles is here. He represents Venus. Okay, it's Taurian energy. So it could be Gemini. You've got Aries and Taurus here that are coming up around you. And you had Cancer as well in the general reading. But look, I feel like the Lovers can point to a destined twin flame. Especially if this person has been hard to get to, Gemini. If you've had complications with this person, especially to do with communication or thought, or you've been fighting a lot, or it's almost like this person has been hard to get to, and I feel like this could be the month that's telling you the reason why they're so hard to get to is because they are a soulmate or a twin flame lover. And the sun is really shining on that connection. You see, all these colors are melting into one, and it's so colorful and it's exciting. And I feel like, you know, look at the Lovers here. They're in a dance. It's so entrancing. It looks amazing here. So I feel like in terms of love, you could have a lot of these amazing moments. Again, you've got the number 8 with the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, and she's seeing the flowers sprout because she's watered them. So if you put in hard work, if you put in the hard yards in a relationship here, Gemini, I really feel like things are aligning. That 8 of Wands, we see that things are aligning, okay, as they're meant to. Things are unfolding as they're meant to. And also the 8 of Cups. The grass isn't necessarily greener on the other side, Gemini. It's green where you water it. And you can see her watering and seeing the flowers that are just blossoming up and opening up to her here. So straight away, this is magnificent because I feel like this is nurturing. And all of that nurturing ability, all of that energy that you've put in, that you've watered, that you've all the hard yards that you've put in, Gemini, I think you're going to see something come of it. Something is sprouting here or blossoming. And the sun can represent that youthful energy as well. Sun is the self, okay? It's working on yourself. But I think there's something that has shifted within you, and it's going to help the relationship or the connection or whatever it is that you're involved in. I really do. The King of Pentacles is a very centered, stable energy. So I think for a lot of you, someone will definitely want to be going steady with you or making some major offers here. King of Pentacles can represent things like loyalty and commitment and consistency. So you might see a lot of that evidence within you or within someone you're dealing with. And, you know, interestingly, he does this sort of trick. Okay, you see how he's holding the horns, but he's sort of balancing himself. And I feel like some of you might be doing a grand gesture. Or there might be someone around you acting a little bit out of character, but they're doing it to impress you. So there's obviously a reason why. There could be several people doing that. I mentioned that notion of competition, but leaving the mark on someone, the impression is here. So I'm convinced that, I mean, it might not just be them. It could be you as well, Gemini. You might both be putting in a lot. You might both be doing grand gestures towards each other. But it's quite admirable, actually, when you think about it. You see, the King of Pentacles makes this sort of move here, and it's worth celebrating. You've got the Three of Chalices, and this is Cups is all about emotions. But you see how there's the melting into one, the merging into one. I do feel like there's a link here. It's like a cohesive, it's like you're blending or you're really coming to alignment with someone. So, I mean, that's quite powerful. Emotionally speaking, I think that's a powerful awakening and a powerful blossoming. And, you know, the sun is coming out and the flowers are responding to the nurturing, but to the sun as well. So it's like, there's good things coming here in connections, but it's also because of the work you've put in. So someone is responding well to you, or you are responding well to them or your connection. There's a powerful Venus-like energy around you. And you know, that Lovers card, major arcana, great on communication. Anything to do with communication, I think, is very powerful. Or communication that someone is really impressed with how you've carried yourself, or who you are, or how committed you are to the connection. So it's very refreshing to see. Let's move on to your career, though. Oh, let's see what's coming up in terms of career. Okay, you've also got an ace in your career, gems. Some of you are starting a new job, something that you'll possibly be more passionate for, something that requires a lot of creativity. You've got the moon. It could be, again, you had a Cancer come up here, so it could be a Cancer that inspires you to do something new, or a potential collaboration with someone from the past or someone from a Cancer sign. You might be a little bit conflicted with how to go about things, Gemini. There's a bit of confusion. Possible betrayal in the workspace, or something that's being hidden from you in order not to hurt you. Okay, so there might be something that's being kept from you. But the Three of Swords is a bit of confusion or miscommunication. So that needs to be, I think, addressed. There might be a situation here. And you're really going to have your mind on it here. You've got the Page of Pentacles, and he's so immersed in the pentacle, he doesn't see or hear anything else. So I do feel like there's an opportunity for you to be very, there's something coming up here around you. This is what I want to say. And you'll take to it very well, but I'm wondering what this is that's going to distract you from it. Now, Three of Swords and the Five of Wands, is there a connection between the two? Could be a fellow air sign or a fire sign that's possibly making you a little bit distracted. And the Magician can be Aries. But there's a large moon that is illuminated behind him. So again, the notion of Cancerian energy. It could be that you're using something quite emotional to inspire you in the workplace somehow, or career, or creatively. Could be that you're using some sort of story or an event that happened to you, and maybe it's quite emotional, or in a good way or a bad way, and you might be writing about that or putting it out there to the world. Remember, it can be progression and putting yourself in the limelight because of this. And the Eight of Cups is here. That sort of wishing upon something, or dreaming about it, fantasizing about it, going on a quest. He has what looks like a chain here, and then he's sort of immersed in these winds, and his vision is a little bit clouded, I suppose, because there's a starry sky behind him, but he's sort of entranced in what's happening here. So I do feel like you've got a vision, or you've got something to work with here, something that can give you more money. The Pages here. But I feel like a lot of entrepreneurial activity with the Magician card here, and you're going to dabble into it, but I'm wondering what this is that's going to sort of make you feel, I don't know if it's competition. You might feel defeat in some aspect, but this is where the fun begins. This is where you really come into that element of control with that Ace of Swords, and completely can turn the situation around. So I think the career is a little bit muddled. I do see a beautiful opportunity though, and these aces are sitting right on top of each other. It could be a new client, it could be an offer of some kind, it could be an inspired thought or idea. And maybe you can't necessarily take that action right now. The Three of Swords and the Magician, there can be some manipulation in the workplace, okay? There might be someone that's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, maybe being a little bit disingenuous, maybe trying to pursue their own interests forward, and news of that could come to you. And that's where you cut them out, you say something, you put a stop to it, you confront them, whatever it is that you need to do to get that crown, okay? So It's quite interesting, but I will leave it at that, gems. So thank you again for watching.